when we're young and we're children, we come into a new life and we don't understand what's going on. We have these so-called dreams and we don't understand. Many children do because it's their connection to their past lives and how they came in here and who they knew before. And all of us have known, many different body types and creatures and whatever through the lifetimes and from the different levels. And now we're on Earth, and so we don't know what's going on. But now she's big, and she has the information and knowledge to simply stand up to it. Just stop running, turn around, and face it. And whatever happens, let them do it. Just face it, because now you have the awareness. And watch what happens. I've gone through this, everybody does, and this is how it is. And all you can do is face it, and then eventually you'll see that it's nothing. They can't touch you because you have the awareness now. You don't have to be afraid anymore. But it takes practice, and it may take many years. Yes, but you start practicing. But if you keep running, then you stay unaware. You have to face it to become more aware and strong to where it doesn't bother you. It'll be okay. It just takes practice. We have the real position here to share and help people so that they're okay, so that they can get along on their journey and be okay. Yeah, and so that's great to hear. It really is, because it really works. It really does. You just have to stick with it. You have to practice. You just practice being real. No foo-foo, no funny stuff. The love thing, that's your personal, you decide love and all these other things, but we don't chase that. We don't chase anything. We look to what's real. And it's much better than any love idea that's on the earth or whatever, etc., or the so-called spiritual freedoms that really mean nothing, etc. It's awareness. All life is awareness, and we're okay. Let me just say, when we refer to the subconscious or the subliminal, all right, that just simply, those are ideas that express the unawareness people have, okay? And so again, it's not that there's some, well, there is in a way some strange place or whatever, but it just refers to people being unaware. And so many people think that, oh, when you talk to your subconscious or whatever, it's your higher self or whatever. It's just in reference to the other bodies, basically, the 5 other bodies. So that's the idea there with that. But the number one girlfriend of the Kalam God is the influence from the Supreme Deceptor. And she can take on any form or any name. So again, we get attached to names and ideas like Adam and Eve and all these funny things because we've heard stories, but you really go to the source and see what's really going on. It's not about the names, it's about what's taking place. Okay, like in book 4, the Adventures of Rebisar. Okay, in this vast unknown darkness on the in the ethereal realm is the Supreme Deceptor, and because of all the distortion, this being has come to be, just like technology. We utilize it, and you have robots, and it seems like they're real, etc., clones, robots. And from it has come the influence, okay? Because of the deception. In other words, as individuals created deception and influence, it's become so. And the Kalam God is under this influence also, and he doesn't completely recognize it because he's on the mental plane. He's more mental, you see. So even he doesn't recognize this, and the influence comes in many disguises. And so it's to learn to recognize this. Yeah, so there's a lot to it. And it's not about subliminal or anything like that. When we use that word subconscious or subliminal, it's almost like it's some place that we can't access, but we can. It's out in the open. You just have to learn to see it and recognize it. You see? We were always asked this, how do I get the better awareness or whatever? And it's like a tree growing. It takes time. So you just, do what you do. You sing the new you have your experiences, you live your life, and you decide every moment. This is the biggie here. This is the whole idea of the new you. And then you decide your focus every moment and how you're going to learn to see this and figure out your personal self, and how this personal self helps with your real awareness to recognize this. Yeah, it's very simple, and that is, yes, like a tree growing, it takes time. It's not hocus pocus, it's not instant, it's not initiations, it's not any of this. It's you, learning to recognize how the personal self plays the part that it does to help the real you recognize this, and back and forth, you see? And so this takes a little bit of time because we've been raised and told stories and been taught to be literal in this one-dimensional world. So we have to also learn to recognize how that works, plus our 4 other bodies and how they're working and what they see, etc., with our real awareness to gain the insight to recognize that. So it takes time. It takes time. And the experiences, yes, they help, but there's something else. And that part you have to learn to recognize. And it just doesn't come, it does in its own way, but as you apply yourself with a sincere intent, just like if you were going to school, if you apply yourself with a sincere intent, you're going to learn faster as you're paying attention, doing your homework, whatever. You're going to learn faster than the person that doesn't. So this is where each person does it for themselves, and it takes time. Just be very patient and just know that it will show up. Whatever you need will show up, but you just have to be patient. It's like when we were little, we wanted to be big. Now we're big, and lots of times we don't know what to do. Okay, so now you're big. See, it's all funny, isn't it? That's the personal self, and we have to deal with that and figure that out too. So we've got a lot to do. In the meantime, you do the new you have your experiences, and that's why we're here, to help you figure it out. So just be patient, and you will, a step at a time. New you.